Hello everybody and welcome back to the Odious Soul. My name is Shannon Oates and today we're going to talk about bathtubs. Yes, forest fen and bathtubs. Why? Well, that might be a very good question for a lot of you, but I have to admit I'm somebody who in this quest for forest fen's treasure hunt constantly thinks to myself, what could he be meaning? Why would he be bringing this up? And I always try to find a different way to look at things. And I have to admit, I have been obsessed with indoor plumbing in this chase, okay? So Fenn has said in the book Too Far to Walk, there's a chapter called River Bathing is Best. He talks about there being no indoor plumbing at a one-room cabin, in West Yellowstone, and how he would ride his bike into Yellowstone Park and go bathing at Ojo Caliente, even though he doesn't actually talk about Ojo Caliente in the book, but we all know that is where it was. Then he had Scrapbook 99.5, okay? And that came out in October of 2014 on Dale Neitzel's website, daleneitzel.com. And in there, he shows us his bathroom. We see some forest fen mirror selfies. We see his shower. We see his white, not pink walls, okay? But we see his indoor plumbing, okay? And I can't help but think that maybe this poem and this search has something to do with indoor plumbing, okay? So at the bottom of Scrapbook 99.5, he says, how fortunate we are to have the luxury of warm water and electricity, an extravagance that 80% of the world's population doesn't have. That fact is not lost on me. I can't help but think that maybe, just maybe, this poem and this chase might have something to do with indoor plumbing, okay? So I have personally looked at where, city water lines stop, of where sewage fields are. I have looked in crazy places trying to figure out this poem. So I wanted to share a couple things with you guys. And you Colorado searchers who normally don't have anything from me, there is a couple things that you might actually enjoy. So let's start in Colorado. In Colorado, there's a place called Odious Bathtub, okay? Now, this is in the midwestern part of Colorado, way out there towards, the border. It's on Monument Mesa in the Colorado National Monument Park, and in a cliff in a cliff of Entrada sandstone that caps the east rim of Monument Canyon, okay? Now, from what I've read, it's about an 8.5-mile hike out from, out and back. So it's a long journey. Like, I don't think the treasure's hidden out here, but we have to consider everything for the Where Warm Water Halts, okay? He only walked so far from his car to the treasure. That doesn't mean that this quest doesn't start someplace farther away. So with Odious Bathtub, you walk out there. There's actually this really cool rim thing that most people think is a bathtub, but you got to go a little bit beyond that. And it's actually a place where this dude Otto apparently used to carve things in rocks. I guess a natural gathering place of rainwater for the horses. But then in some cases, people think that like this was maybe more perfect for an exclusive little, private bathing spot. So moving on, there's also Baby Bathtub Trail. This is also in Colorado. Now, it's less than a mile-long hike out to the baby bathtubs, okay? And it's near Ouray, Colorado. And it's actually just, these cool little spots where, the water, it makes easy, easy playtime, easy to get in there. I have seen YouTube videos of people putting their dogs in these little baby bathtubs, but I've also noticed that most people say the water's cold. So not quite sure if it's physically where warm water's hot or just metaphorically speaking where warm water's hot in a bathtub kind of a thing. All right, from there, let's go to the man in the bathtub. Yes, in downtown Grand Junction, there is actually a statue of a dude in a bathtub. And it looks like it's actually made out of bronze. Just saying, okay? This sculpture is of a screenwriter named James Dalton Trumbo. All right, now, I never heard of him, but apparently he's from Colorado. And I guess you can look him up and maybe try to find some of his old movies. All right, another one in Colorado is the hot springs off of the $1 Million Highway. Now, this is, Red Mountain Pass. There is actually this hot spring. It's apparently not too far off the road, but it looks like people have actually built up a little tiny bathtub for this hot spring to kind of form it. All right, so there's like rocks and there's actually like a little bench, and it's kind of secret. Like, you got to know where it is in order to get there. All right, so it's not very large, but if you want to kind of go have your own private hot tub, and looking at the pictures, the view from this place is just absolutely gorgeous. So maybe this is Where Warm Water Halts. All right, the next thing for you Colorado loving people, there is a gravel road that connects State Highway 78 to State Highway 165, and it's also known as Bathtub Pass. Could this have something to do with it? I don't know. I'm just giving you all the crazy things I have found in relationship to bathtubs. And let me tell you, Colorado is a haven for the bathtub believers in this chase. Okay? So, but now we can move on to Wyoming. Now, Wyoming doesn't have as much bathtubs as Colorado, but it does have a couple of really cool ones, okay? For one, there's the Indian Bathtub Trail in Wyoming. It is not too far from the town of Riverside. It's literally like you leave the town, you turn right, you go a mile, and then on the right there is a road that you turn off on. And if you walk down this, like, I think it's only like maybe 1.5 mile trail, it's not too far, there are these tubs, and they're like kind of natural basins in the rock that kind of gather, rainwater, and then the sun heats them up. So maybe this is where your warm water salts, or at least maybe where water collects and then turns warm. I don't know. All right, the next one is Bathtub Springs. It's a spring that's not too far from Gibbon Hill and Fearless Geyser and Corporal Geyser and Emerald Spring. And if none of this stuff sounds familiar to you, well, it's in Yellowstone National Park. It's actually just a hop, skip, and a jump from Madison Junction, kind of more towards the northeast of that area. So not too far away, and for you people who are still in love with Yellowstone, maybe that's something that you can look into. The last one I have for you in Wyoming is Hot Springs State Park near Thermopolis in Wyoming. This is towards the east side of Yellowstone National Park. Outside of the park, there's this cool place. You've probably seen pictures where how like the water comes up and the travertine deposits after the water flows out. What's really cool is I actually went to a place in Turkey back in the summer of 2015 called Pamukkale, and there's an entire side of a mountain that's covered in white travertine deposits. And I didn't know that we had something like this in the United States. This is actually pretty darn cool. So Thermopolis is actually a really cool place. It's inside of a state park. So there's actually the Wyoming State Bathhouse over there near Thermopolis, which is a free bathhouse where you can actually go bathe and kind of relax and take in these therapeutic properties of all this mineral water from these hot springs over on the side. So just something to consider. So anyway, I know this is not my normal video, but I'm the kind of person who I like to get facts out there. I like to get you guys the truth. And I just finally came to the realization that I needed to share this bathtub tale with you. I personally do not have any solves leading from any of these spots, but I can't say that I don't constantly think about indoor plumbing when it comes to Forest Fenn. I constantly think, does it have something to do with indoor plumbing? I don't know. Again, this is just some stuff. Maybe you can find a hidden gem in this video, or maybe this video will inspire you to think outside the box and find something else. If you know of any places in New Mexico or Montana that have anything to do with bathtubs, showers, sinks, toilets, please leave a comment down below and let me know the places that you discovered in your search and research for Forest Fenn's treasure, or if you just happen to like drive by a sign and find something really cool that you want to share. So if you think I'm crazy, that's fine. I am a little crazy. But realistically, I think if anybody is searching for Forest Fenn's treasure, you have to have a little crazy in you. All right, so just a little bit. All right, well guys, thank you for watching my videos. If you're not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you don't like it, I don't care. I do care. I actually really do care if you like my videos. All right, guys, so until next time, have a great day. And don't forget, you are special.